Welcome to the third video in this series where you create a drawing Workshare on GitHub. To follow these steps, you'll need a GitHub account. The account and online repository are free to create. Let's get started on the GitHub Repositories tab. Select New. Enter a repository name. Here I enter Learning, which is the community Workshare you can join from the first video. Select Private Visibility. Keeping defaults for the other options, click Create Repository. Next, copy the URL to the clipboard. Now, if you wanted to manage access to the Workshare using GitHub authentication, you could invite collaborators here, but for this video, we are going to create an access token. We'll create the token in a moment. With the online repository ready, we can create the Workshare. Back in AutoCAD, select Sync Central and add a project. In the Manage Project dialog, select a local project folder that has at least one drawing in it. Drawings from the project folder, including subfolders, are added to the initial Workshare. Finally, paste the Workshare location and click Sync. Notice here the central URL ends with .git. A local repository is now created from your drawings. For a LAN Workshare, we'd be done. But for a cloud Workshare, we need credentials to complete the upload. Now, the username is the resource owner. Since the name is in the URL, you can paste and edit. For the password, we create an access token. For that, leave the dialog open and return to GitHub. Access tokens are created under your account settings. You can also navigate directly to this Create Token page using a link in the video description. A fine-grained token permits access to one or more repositories. On this page, you can create or delete tokens. Let me delete this one, which immediately disables it. Click Generate New Token to begin a new one. Before the token is created, we need to specify some details. Once created, a token cannot be modified. For the name, I recommend indicating the repository name and an expiration date. Now we'll drop down and set the expiration date. I'm specifying custom date, which is 1 year from today. That's the maximum amount that you can indicate. Next, we select the repository. We're going to select the learning repository that we just created. And finally, add permissions to contents and set them as read and write permissions. This way others on your team can access and modify the repository. Finally, click Generate Token to create the token and copy it to the clipboard. So back in AutoCAD, enter the token as the password and then click OK. Now with permissions from the token, we can upload to the online Workshare location. So you have now created your cloud Workshare. If you visited your repository online, you would now see your drawings. Now before ending this video, I want to show you how to create an invitation. Invitations are optional but make it easier for your team to join. Sign into the Manage Workshares page as we did in the previous video for a LAN Workshare. But this time we'll paste in the token. Enter the URL for the repository. Now we'll keep other defaults which are documented in product help. Now it's important to mention that other team members will not see this token as plain text. Member tokens are encrypted as part of the invitation. In fact, the only place you will ever see this token is when you log into the Drawing Sync Manage Workshares page. Now here I'll enter my own email address so I can quickly show you how to access the invitation. You can always come back later to modify the email list or refresh the token. Now click Save to create the Workshare invitation. And back in AutoCAD, click Sync Central and add a project. In the Manage Projects dialog, clear the folder for the current project to view invitations. The invitation shows as accepted because you joined the Workshare when you created it, but if you signed into a different device, you could accept the invitation and download the project. Even if you're the only member, Drawing Sync can make it easier to work from multiple devices. Well, that ends this short video series which showed you how to create and join Workshares. Thank you for watching.